Hey guys. So
We
today
got
is
another day of what's going on out there in Holidium land. And today we got Jason. Jason is going to show us how to use a 5-gas analyzer. Jason, take it away up there in the wonderful state of Massachusetts.
great. Well, no more having to just smell your exhaust. We have a 5-gas analyzer here that is made by Kane. The other company is called UEI, and they're out of the UK. And they have what we would consider a very, very accurate 5-gas analyzer. And what's unique about this analyzer as well is that it measures each of the gases. Sometimes some of the analyzers only measure one or two of them, and then they triangulate the rest of the analyzer. This actually has infrared sensors on the analyzer that measures it. So it's a really accurate analyzer. And we've compared this to a $50,000 emissions equipment, and it's on par with that. So what we have here first is the computer unit, and this has two different parts. So basically you have your filtration system here, and what this is meant to do, as you can see here, is it has a paper filter, and that takes care of any moisture that may come from your emissions, and so it doesn't clog up the sensors. And what that means is after this fills up with moisture, the analyzer has to be reset every 30 minutes, sometimes less, but the analyzer knows when it has to be reset, and we're going to walk you through how to do that. But first, just go through what the equipment is. So we have our analyzer, we have the filter that just goes on and snaps in, and you want to make sure that those connections are tight. Once you push it into the side here, you'll know that they're tight, and each cap is tight as well. The next, we have the probe that goes into the tailpipe, and that will go into any size bus, semi, car, truck, boat, and then this goes into our 5-gas analyzer. The next is a printer, and this is cool because it's infrared, and all you do is hit your print button, and we'll show you how to do that on your analyzer. Turn this on, and it spits out a printing. So you could do that at any time within the test to get your baseline, to get just a spot check, whatever that may be. So let's go ahead and just start this up, and we'll put the analyzer or the probe here in the tailpipe. Get that guy in there. So that's in. Then first, we're going to fire this up. Now it takes about 90 seconds for the analyzer to fire up. And what it's doing is it's just cleaning out the sensors. And what you see here also is the date and the time. And there's a way to go into the computer. I'm not going to show it today, but there's a way to go in there and change your date and time, and then also your company name, so that it prints out on your printout, so that you know the exact date and time, and the company, if you're giving it to somebody else, you know what truck it's on. And if you're using the app, there's a way to specify an actual vehicle number, but we're not going to go through that today. That will be another post once we get the app set up on our end. So, but the Kane analyzer and that company has been great to work with. I've worked with their customer service department, and they're really easy to work with. So we're happy that they're in business, and they're out of Oregon. And so again, we're stoked to have this. And again, it fits in our backpack. You can see the bag behind me here, and it just puts in my little travel bag, and I carry that pretty much everywhere. You can put it on your, you can travel with it in the plane. You can put it in your passenger seat, whatever it is. It's really easy. So as you see here, we're purging. And down in the right-hand corner, you can see the battery charge indicator, and you can see it's full right now. And this thing I've found actually to have worked for 7 or 8 hours at least till it starts getting low, and so I don't have to charge very often. Now what pops up here first is your 5 gases, and you have your 5 gases, and you have your CO2, which is your carbon dioxide. You have your carbon monoxide, CO. Then you have your oxygen. Then you have your HC, or hydrocarbon. And then you have your NOx, or your nitrogen oxide. So that's pretty much it. And then down here is called a lambda, and that's basically just a variability. And if it's a lot of change going on, a lot of variance, it'll pop up as just telling you what that is. So the first thing is we're going to just plug it into the end. So
Keep in mind the vehicle we're plugging into has had the technology on it for about 3 months.
yeah, about 3 months.
We do have baselines, actually not necessarily from this vehicle, but what this vehicle would be blowing, and you can compare them to what we're going to be getting here.
Yeah. The other thing is this vehicle has about 42,000 miles, and we're not sure exactly how long it took to go 0, but it was less than 2 months. So, and that was driving. It was a little abnormal actually. I had a couple long road trips, and so I've got about 7,500 miles on it in about 3.5 months. So it's had some time to work through the system, but as you can see, the numbers right now are pretty low. Our CO2 is at 14.1. We got 0 carbon monoxide. Our O2 levels are what we would think they would be. And actually, you know what? This is actually set on diesel, and this is actually a perfect opportunity to show you how to use the analyzer. So the first is this sheet of paper up here, and basically this is your menu. This is your main menu. What you want to do is, with any car, truck, or bus, is make sure the units are set up properly, meaning it's set up for the right fuel. So you have setup. I'm going to use the down arrow, hit it once and go to unit, and then hit your enter button, and that goes into fuel. And you hit it one more time, it opens up the fuel. And see, we're actually set on diesel, and this is an unleaded car. So we'll get down to go circle down. So we got compressed natural gas, or CNG, or LPG, which is our propane, and then we have our gasoline or petrol. That's where we want to go. So we're going to hit our enter, which brings us back out, and then back to our menu here, and this will have us measuring the right gas. So let's just see where that goes to. So now you can see it's measuring hydrocarbons, which before it wasn't. Let's see here. So we're almost at 0 there. If we run, and actually the dirtiest time is when it's idling. So we got our 0 carbon monoxide. We've got almost 0 on the hydrocarbons, and we've got our O2 there, and just slight NOx. Again, that's a really number. So just to put this in perspective, a really dirty number would be several hundreds to 1,000. I've seen as high as 1,200 on the, actually, I'm sorry, 1,600 for the NOx for diesel, and I've seen as high as, for hydrocarbons, I've seen up over 1,100 for hydrocarbons for regular gasoline. And Keith, what have you seen with compressed natural gas?
I was surprised to find when I did a CNG car, well over 2,500 hydrocarbons, which the owner was quite shocked to find. He was an ex-mayor of Salt Lake City, and he had got a CNG vehicle thinking it was going to be well below what a normal unleaded car was, and he was 10 times higher than an average car. A lot of that information will be coming out through Holidium Labs websites and white papers that are going to expose that. But for now, to learn this system, all you got to do is hit a few buttons, and you can see 2 parts per million hydrocarbon, 4 parts per million NOx.
Absolutely unheard of numbers out of a 40,000 mile V8 Land Rover.
Yeah, let's just walk through a few of the other functionality here. So you had your menu here, and again, there's some other stuff in here that you can go to report service. The one thing that we really have to be concerned with, and all these are for the application, but the only ones that we have to be concerned with are the units again. I'll go back in there again. Units, that's where your fuel is, and then we back out. We're back out there. So we go back into our menu. We're going to go down to manual 0 calculation. And actually, first, let me show you. So 0 calc time, it says 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, we're going to have to do a manual calculation. We're not going to wait the 10 minutes. We're going to just do it right now. So we go into our menu. We go down to manual calculation. Hit our enter. Enter. So remove probe from exhaust, which I'm going to just remove it from here,
Right.
so that we don't have to take it out of the tailpipe. And I just blow it with my mouth out of here. But we hit 0 or hit enter, and you can see 30 seconds it purges the infrared sensors, and that's just making sure we're getting an accurate reading. The analyzer will shut down at the end of the 30 seconds if you don't purge it when it tells you to. So you have to be there and really watching it to make sure that you're doing it what it asks for. So 5 seconds there. Okay, and so then you could say reset. You got 30-minute reset, and then we can plug it back in.
Now,
That's it.
does that calibrate then on that purge every 30 or after the end of those 30 seconds? Was it recalibrating?
Yes. Yep. So it's recalibrated now after you reset it.
That's an amazing piece of equipment.
Yeah.
And do you want to go over how to print out what we're
Yeah,
seeing?
let's print up.
Yeah. So the next would be to print out. Now all these other buttons, you really don't have to even worry about them at all. These are all things that change in settings and stuff that you just don't have to touch unless you're really getting into some complicated stuff, which we're not. We just want to get a simple reading here and be able to print it out. Again, there's other applications that we can use that will attach to your computer, and you could do some complicated stuff, but we're keeping it simple here today. So the next step, as you can see, actually our number's a little bit higher, 10s, but still, like, this is off the charts. If I go and rev it up right now, it'll go right down to 0 in the matter of seconds, which is awesome. So to print, all you do is put your power button on, and then you hit your print button, which is here. Hit it once, and then you put it close to the sensor on the top of the computer. You can see it there.
Did Q invent that for James Bond? Because that thing is adorable. I love that printer.
Awesome. What's cool is that the printer, it doesn't stick to that, but the printer actually sticks to a metal surface.
That's nice.
Whatever this material is on the card, it's not metal.
Magnetic?
Yeah, so the back of it's magnetic, so you can stick it on
anywhere.
Yeah, your tailgate is plastic. I bet your fender would work.
So.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
There it is.
So there you go.
There's your readings. There's the smoking gun.
That's neat.
That's it. And that's really it. That's pretty much all we got.
Jason, thank you so very much. Keith, for your support and filming and everything. Hey, this was another episode here at Holidium Labs that we're constantly in pursuit of perfection to take technology and to take it out to the masses to stop pollution. Great job up there, guys. I'm quite proud. Check out more of our YouTube videos to learn more about this amazing technology at Holidium. Thank you.